purpose of my speech is to inform the audience about what welding is, welding jobs available, how welding works. Look around you. Anything you see made of metal has most likely been in the hands of a welder, which means it has encountered temperatures of 900 degrees Fahrenheit or hotter. Welding is the action of putting two pieces of metal together with extreme heat, additional metal, and gas. The most common gases used are argon, carbon dioxide, or a mixture of both. When welding, the metal is heated to a soft point and then extra metal is added to assist in bonding the pieces. Every job has different types of welding. The most frequently used are MIG, TIG, and stick. There are also several types of metal that can be welded, such as aluminum, steel, stainless steel, titanium, magnesium, and several others. Each kind of metal has its own characteristics, and so does each type of welding. Metal inert gas welding, or MIG, is one of the most commonly used forms of welding. It is also called gas metal arc welding. MIG welding is one of the easiest to learn, and it is also one of the fastest welding techniques, so it is great for beginners in large-scale productions. MIG welding consists of a nozzle with a trigger. The welder pulls the trigger to activate the wire, gas, and voltage. MIG uses a consumable electrode and an argon carbon dioxide shielding gas to create strong welds on both thin and thick sheets of metal. FCAW, or flux core arc welding, is another form of MIG welding. However, the electrode wire is covered in flux, which in some cases eliminates the need for gas. Tungsten inert gas welding, or TIG welding, can also be known as gas tungsten arc welding. TIG welding takes more skill than MIG welding does. It requires more precise technique. The TIG welding is mostly used for more detailed, smoother welds, and it is also good for thin, delicate projects. TIG welding requires a foot pedal, torch, tungsten, and filler rod. The welder presses the foot pedal to regulate the amount of voltage and gas is put into the metal. As the metal is melted, the welder adds filler rod as necessary. Adding filler rod to the weld adds strength and prevents the heat from melting the metal all the way through. TIG welding has many different techniques, and a few of them are dipping, weaving, and dabbing. Many places that require smooth, detailed welds can also be in hard-to-reach places, which contribute to the skill level needed to be a successful TIG welder. Shielded metal arc welding, also known as stick welding, can also require a lot of skill. It does not require as much equipment as MIG or TIG welding. Stick welding only requires a stinger and an electrode, otherwise known as a stick. There are many different types of sticks, each one having a different thickness and a different amount of flux covering the stick. There are many different stick welding, like MIG and TIG welding, requires a form of gas to help the metal flow better to have a stronger weld. However, stick welding does not have a nozzle or a torch for the gas to flow out of. Therefore, it has a substitute called flux, which is a compounded material that surrounds the metal of the electrode. This material melts with the electrode metal and is knocked off the weld once it is finished. Like TIG welding, stick welding also has many techniques such as the box, weave, C, and J patterns. There are various amounts of jobs that can be acquired for each type of welding. Pipe fitting, car, manufacturing, and shipbuilding are only a few jobs available to welders. Each type of welding has a specific purpose to allow the welder to get the results desired. Welding plays an important role in more things than a person might realize, and it would be extremely difficult for anyone to know everything there is to know about welding. There are jobs that require welding all around us.